What is the one thing in Madden 19 above all else that is probably the easiest thing to pull off? The number one most bum-friendly tactic that literally anybody can do on any given play and can actually keep them in games that maybe they shouldn't otherwise be in. A tactic that is successful almost every time, no matter how good the opponent is. It is extremely easy to pull off. Is it the aggressive catch? No, not really. Plus, that's been tuned down a little bit anyway. Is it the juke move? No, not quite. If you're good on defense and you're a good user, you can make solid tackles on juke moves most of the time. Is it throwing into, double coverage and hoping for a drop pick? Those are pretty bad at times, but that's not what I'm talking about today. The one thing that absolutely needs to be toned down in Madden 19 is none other than...
Oh, hello, Dwight.
Spin move!
Yes, we are talking about the spin move today, and not just any spin move. We are talking about the steerable spin move. This is the one that you perform by holding both triggers at the same time while also holding the spin button and then using the joystick to spin in whichever direction you want. This spin move here is by far the best move in the game. It's the best tactic in the game. It's the best move in the game probably since the double juke from a few years back. The success rate of this, just out of this world. You can pretty much make the first guy miss every time, and you can make multiple guys miss as long as there's like nobody around you. You can see here, I'm just running these plays in real time. Every single play making people miss, sometimes making multiple people miss. You can make one guy miss, go 10 yards down the field, make another guy miss, go 10, 20 more yards down the field and make the last guy miss. And you can, as long as there's nobody else like on your back hip, like close to you to make a tackle, anybody that's in front of you will get faked out every single time. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy using the spin move. I thoroughly enjoy, faking people out and breaking touchdowns. But I just think this is something that needs to be dialed back a little bit. It's too easy. Anybody can do it. And I don't think it's good when literally anybody can perform this and, it narrows the skill gap. Right here is footage that EA tweeted themselves, their top plays of the week. Even they're aware of how good the spin move is. Half of the plays in their video are just people performing spin moves for touchdowns, just faking out multiple guys. Like, if it's not clear in this video just how easy the spin move is, the video that they tweeted themselves, then I don't know. So they clearly know that the spin move is a little bit too much right now. But yeah, my thoughts on it in general, like I'm not like necessarily sitting here complaining. Like, if they leave the spin move how it is, not really a big deal to me. But I think it's important to create as much of a skill gap as we can in this game. And for years now, that skill gap's kind of been getting narrower, and it should be going the opposite way. It shouldn't be to where just anybody can jump online and just be able to perform at the same level as guys that are really good at the game just because certain things are easy. Now, like I said, if they leave it how it is, not a big deal. But if I'm keeping it real, I think most people would agree that the spin move is just a little overpowered. It would be fine if they just tuned it. It wouldn't break anything else in the game. It's not the same as like patching a blitz where it's gonna, changing the code in the game is gonna could completely change and make something else worse happen. By simply tuning the spin move and just saying, look, the win success rate of the spin move is gonna be a little bit lower, that's not gonna break anything else in the game. That's just gonna make the run game slightly harder. Because to keep it real with you, people say that the run game is too easy now, and it is. Ever since they patched it, a while back in October, I believe, the run game is easier. But the run game as a whole, it's not that the run game as a whole is too easy. It's more so that the ball carrier moves are too easy. Because when it comes to a spin move, you could play perfect run defense. You could have a guy dead to rights in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage. You click on with your user, you strafe, you get in position to make a conservative tackle. You're making a conservative tackle. You're not trying to hit stick. You're not trying to strip. You're just trying to wrap up. And all they gotta do is hit the steerable spin, and 95% of the time, your guy's getting his ankles broken, and he's going up the field for what could be a touchdown in some cases, or it might be a 10-yard gain, but you're going from maybe losing a yard or gaining no yards to, getting a first down when you were dead to rights because it was just easy to press a couple buttons, and there's really no risk reward to it. That's kind of the problem. You can watch the NFL all day long. You'll never see a guy literally hit a spin move, run 10 yards, hit a spin move, run 10 more yards, hit a spin move, and run it for a touchdown. That just doesn't happen. The spin move in general in NFL, you don't see it hit successfully that often. You see it happen, of course, but you don't see it on a per play basis. It's like a big thing when someone, it's the same as a hurdle. When you see somebody get hurdled, it's kind of exciting because you don't see it happen that often. Now, juke, sure, you see people get juked all the time. That's a lot more normal, but spin, not quite. And especially in Madden, if you meet the spin threshold, which I believe is 88, I mean, it's just ridiculous at that point. Like, if you're playing Ultimate Team, anybody that's smart isn't using a running back that doesn't meet the spin threshold. Even wide receivers. People are using, the fast wide receivers that meet the spin threshold of 88 because the spin isn't just a run game issue. It's literally an issue overall. People, like, this is how people are playing the game. They'll throw a drag route or throw an in route, and the second they catch it, they hit the spin. Even if there's nobody that close to them, they hit the spin because it immediately carries them upfield, and it kind of like eliminates the real player motion, and it allows you to cut upfield really quickly because of how good the spin move actually is. But if there's someone in the vicinity trying to lay a hit stick on you or trying to wrap you up, you literally can spin the second you catch the ball, and that guy's getting faked out almost every time. When you had a guy in position to, maybe you gave up a 5-yard route, but you should be right there and be able to lay him out, maybe make him drop the ball or wrap up tackle. You can literally hit the spin move before you even complete the motion of making the catch, and you're going upfield. And like I said, I mean, this is something, a kid can do it. It's not hard at all. There's no risk reward. And I think in terms of a skill gap, anytime you have something in the game that literally anybody can do that's just way too easy to do, I don't think that's good for the game. Aggressive catches were kind of a problem. They tuned that down. People dropping wide open interceptions was a problem. They tuned that down. Those are both good fixes. And some people were complaining, oh, they're making the defense too good. And some people might look at, me talking in this video and say, oh, you just want the defense to be too good. But that's really not the case, because all of those things will not affect you if you're a good player, if you play smart. You shouldn't have to worry about, they say, oh, defenders not dropping any picks makes the defense better. Well, if you don't make bad reads, then that can't even affect you. If you don't throw aggressive catches into double coverage, then your guy dropping that aggressive catch doesn't affect you because you're not making those bad reads. Same with spinning on offense. If a good player is getting his defender in position to tackle you, he shouldn't be, punished for that. He should make the tackle. Now, sure, could you still fake him out sometimes? Yeah, I'm not saying that. But every single time when you have a guy in position to make the tackle, the good player shouldn't be punished for putting his guy in position to make the wrap-up tackle and bring that guy to the ground. The same way he shouldn't be punished if somebody throws a wide-open interception to his linebacker or his cornerback where he's standing with nobody within 5 yards of him. He shouldn't drop that. And you as the offensive player, if you don't play bad, then it's not really a problem. And the thing with the spin move also is that, like I said, there's no risk to it. Your worst case scenario when you hit that spin move is, you get no yards, but that rarely happens. So you can just spam it down the field and really with no consequence. You don't have to worry about taking a hit stick. It's very hard to hit stick somebody off a spin move. You're pretty much going to miss almost every time. So if someone lines up a perfect hit stick and you spin right into it, you're not even going to get hit most of the time. So there's, like I said, there's no risk. You don't have to worry about fumbling. You don't have to worry about getting knocked backwards. You're going to usually get extra yards out of it, and worst case, every blue moon, you're just going to get tackled right there, and that rarely happens. So I just think dial it back a little bit. Let me know what you think. Do you think it doesn't need to be touched? Do you think it is too overpowered? Do you like being able to spin out 3 guys every play and run for a touchdown? I'm sure some of you do. Let me know in the comments below, and as always, I will see you guys next time.